Hi, and welcome to the Tucson Desert Harmony Member Training Part 2. Hover over the Members tab, click on Members Home to return to the Members button. Now click on the Attendance button. In the Step 1 Select Event area, notice that a few events have been set up to track attendance. Click on Let Freedom Ring, a military salute, which is our annual show. In Step 2, click on the drop-down list that contains availability statuses to choose from. Notice that in order to indicate your availability, you would choose one of those statuses and click the Save button to make sure that the sponsor of the event or the chairman of the event knows who to expect and who to not expect in attendance for this event. Now hover over the Members tab, click on the Members Home, and return to the buttons. Click on the Assessments button. See all of the songs in our current repertoire and your qualification status for both singing and presentation or choreography. The Assessments feature is not fully implemented yet, but it promises to be a useful tool. Again, only you and authorized members of the music team can view your assessments. Now for committees and teams. Hover over the Members tab, and click on Committees and Teams, which is the equivalent of clicking on the Committees and Teams button. Harmony Site makes it easy to create teams and to work on chorus projects together. Notice several committees have already been formed, and their documents, which are listed here, will be either visible or invisible to non-team members. This is a team choice. Click on the Harmony Site Migration team and notice that all of their documents are visible, and you can even add a new document to this team if you so desire. Click your browser back button to return to the committees and teams and select the marketing PR team who have created documents, but their documents are not visible to active members at this point. Later in the evolution of their team, possibly they'll make their documents visible to you. If you want to form a team or a committee for a chorus project or a practice quartet, for example, contact the team lead or the secretary who will create your team with the members and the visibility that you desire. Think of teams and committees as a sort of sandbox for creating documents that will eventually be immortalized under one of the other members' buttons. Hover over the Members tab, click on Members Home to return to the button, and click the Bulletin Board button. What you see is a list of all posts that have been created of every possible type. Notice the Add New Post button is on the far right. If you create a post document and can't remember what type you specified, it will appear on this list here somewhere. And you can see all of them just to check and see where your document is. To organize this better, you can display posts by type if you select the radio button for type of post. This causes the posts to be grouped by type of post. The most important types first: newsletter, also known as the President's Epistle. Not only will you receive a weekly email from our President Team Lead, but all of her previous weekly posts will be shown in descending date order. Notice every member is encouraged to post interesting educational stuff here for all to read. One last word about adding posts. Once you add a post, you can no longer update or delete your post. Only a post admin can do this. Currently, the offices of Director, Director's Assistants, Team Lead, Secretary, Treasurer, and Technology carry this responsibility. If you add a post and later need to delete, update, or archive it, ask one of the post admins to do this for you. In addition to type of post, you can also group according to the status of the post, meaning whether it's current or has been archived. We do have one archived post at this point. Or you can select the radio button access level required and display the posts according to which ones are appropriate for public access, regular member access, limited member access, or the ones that unless you're an admin, you won't see the ones that are status with admin access only. Next, hover over the Members tab, select Members Home, click on the Documents button. Yes, this page, especially if you click on No Grouping, this page looks just like the bulletin board page, except that official chorus documents are the only types displayed. Under the Documents button, you will find important information such as standing rules and bylaws. I'm going to click Type of Post to show you what I mean. Financial documents, reimbursement forms, and many other such member resources. As a general rule of thumb, if you or the team or committee to which you belong have produced a document that can be considered official chorus documentation, then here is where to post it. Be aware, though, that the post admins may update your type of post to another classification, probably also adding a comment to explain why this was done. Again, you can group and sort these posts according to status, access level required, or have no grouping at all. Now hover over the Members tab and click on the Teaching Resources link, which is equivalent of clicking on the Teaching Resources button. Whereas the Documents button pertains mainly to the management team, the Teaching Resources button is the domain of the music team. Here you will find contest scores, Sweet Adeline contest category descriptions, and other musical resources. Remember, when adding a post, you can alert members by email that you have posted, and they in turn can add comments. A very convenient way to save time, increase visibility, and communicate effectively. On to polls and suggestion box. Hover over the Members tab and select Members Home. Then click on Suggestion box. Notice that there are a couple of suggestions in the suggestion box. Now click your browser back arrow and click on the polls box. Likewise, there is an open poll to be looked at. All members can submit suggestions using the Add button. And I'll go back to Suggestions. Using the Add button on the suggestion box, respond to polls by clicking on the question, and add comments to polls and suggestions. However, only the directors, team lead, membership chair, and marketing chair can create polls or update the status of suggestions. Makes sense to enter a suggestion for one of the admins to create a poll. Now hover over the Members tab, click on Members Home to the buttons, and scroll down to the Minutes button. Here you can review meeting results for monthly management team meetings, as well as certain other types of meetings. Meeting results will be displayed in reverse date order. As we expand our use of Harmony Site, you will learn to depend on the meeting minutes page to fill yourself in on Chorus business meetings that you might have missed, or maybe missed the part where important announcements were made. Click your browser back button to return to the member buttons. Click on the Riser Stacks button, and remember to do the same before Tuesday rehearsals to find out if you've been moved by the director to a new position for a specific riser configuration. For example, the Patriotic Show does have a configuration, which is not necessarily complete, but it's getting there. Now, click your browser back arrow enough times to return to the buttons, and click on the Mailing List button to view current mailing lists as well as the email addresses they include. If you recall, the Member Database button offers filtering choices based on several of these emailing lists. In addition, committees and teams can opt to have a mailing list created for their members, and that list will show up here. Click on the View Details link for the Members on Full mailing list. Members on Full mailing list, View Details. This list contains current members, regular members, emeritus, and associate members. Click your back browser arrow to return to the mailing list display. If you want to send email by clicking on one of these email lists, your computer must be set up to default to your preferred email server. Click on the Send Email to the Tenors @ list, and then click on the Tenors at TucsonDesertHarmony.org link and see if it connects to your own email service, which it does not on this computer. If you get a new account setup wizard or another error message, your computer is not set up correctly, and you should take the time to do that at your earliest opportunity. But don't despair, there is another way to send email that we will discuss in a minute. Click the OK button to return to the list of mailing lists. Now click on the View Details for the mailing list entitled Active Members. If you are not getting Chorus email, this should be the first place that you would look to verify that your email address is on the list. Next, click your browser back arrow twice to return to the Members buttons. We will be skipping the Libraries button, which is another area that has not been fully implemented. When we do implement this Libraries area, training will be provided. The same goes for clothing sizes. Take a look, but don't be concerned. Now click on the Send Email button for the preferred way to send official Tucson Desert Harmony email to selected members or to a specific mailing list. Email sent from this button will contain the TDH logo, which is not necessary for casual email between members. As the title suggests, this page allows you to send one email to a multitude of recipients. Notice that the first section or grid, and I'll scroll down to that, contains the email addresses for all members in our database, which is well over 1,000 names. If a member has no email information, you will see the no email address in parentheses next to the name. If you want to, you can click on the box next to a member's name to select them as a recipient of this email. We will continue to work to collect valid email addresses for every entry in our member database, which currently numbers well over 1,000 names. You may also send email to one or more of our mailing lists and/or to addresses not currently in our database. Scroll down and notice that copies, blind copies, as well as, and of course the subject, as well as the ability to add up to 4 attachments exists in this email. Hover over the Members tab, click on Members Home, and click the Change Password button. Only you know your password, and you can keep it safe by following directions for changing it here. Now click your browser back arrow to return to the Members buttons. That's all for the active Tucson Desert Harmony member training. We hope all of your questions have been answered and that you enjoy our new site to its fullest capacity. If you have questions, consider using the comments functions, which occur frequently throughout the site. Your comment may speak for lots of others who have the same concern and appreciate a specific answer from an administrator. Happy surfing!